Hey folks, and welcome into the warm-up. As we put a bow on this season, we take one last look at the state basketball championships from San Antonio. Instead of previewing ahead, we're looking back at the state champions this week in the lineup. Let's start in 6A Division I, where the Duncanville Panthers made it state title number 6 by taking down Houston Bel Air 54-52. Senior Kayden "Bugg" Edwards went out in style as he scored 23 points, including 13 in the third quarter. It was a tough battle between Edwards, who is going to TCU, and Shelton Henderson of Bel Air, who's going to Duke, but the Cardinals missed a 3 at the buzzer, allowing the Panthers to celebrate. In 6A Division II, even more drama as Denton Geyer took on Katy Jordan. Geyer's Silas Rodriguez scored 20 points, including a tie-breaker three-pointer with 30 seconds to go. Wildcats defense would force a turnover as time expired, and Geyer wins their first state title in school history, 48-47. In 5A, Mansfield Summit would take the Division II crown in a rematch game with Fort Bend Marshall. The Buffaloes beat Summit earlier in the non-district, but the Jags won the game that mattered. Ian Suda was the game's MVP with 17 points, 13 boards, as Summit forced Marshall into plenty of bad shots and won this one 54-47, bringing the Jags their first ever state title. The only Metroplex team that went to state who didn't wind up in the win column was Birdville, and they made one of the best comebacks at state, though, against Westbrook. Down 38-20 in the second half, Sawyer Dotson and Trent Bowers got hot and brought the Hawks all the way back to take the lead in the fourth. Avery Webb would tie it at 56 with under a minute to play, and the game would go to overtime. Birdville wouldn't make a basket, though, in OT, and they fall to Westbrook 63-57. In 4A, Kimball had no problem scoring and dunking and scoring some more. The Division I state championship against Houston, Washington was an athleticism showcase for the Knights. They terrorized the rims at the Alamo Dome all night as Lance Carr, Mari Wickware, and Jalen Dean Vines were playing way above the rim all night, and Kimball won state title number 8, 71-48 your final. And how about Kennedale in the 4A Division II final against Wheatley? Down 2 at the half. Wildcats stepped it up in the second half behind Trey Smith and Jacoby Lovings to pull away 69-65. It was Kennedale's first ever state title. What a weekend for DFW Hoops.
Switch to Cricket and get nationwide 5G so you can post that epic ooh. If you switch, you also get a free phone, which you need. Welcome to getting more. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Inside High School Sports is brought to you by Whataburger, just like you like it, and by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today.
We caught up to a big-time athlete from the Metroplex in this week's Recruiting Trail.
Kayden Edwards, shooting guard, Duncanville High School. In a college program, I want to look for a coaching staff who's going to not be afraid to, get on to me, who's going to prepare me in the most best way possible to get to the next level, which is the NBA, and just really like a family, a bond of coaches I can come to about really anything other than basketball, just coaches who are going to get me prepared to be like a better man in life. I want to fit any way possible. I want to help any way possible. Whatever coach asks me to do, I'm going to do it. They really thrive well in the transition part of their offense and stuff like that. So that's where I really can thrive. And I shoot the ball well at a high level. So I really feel like that's where I could fit in the most. On the court, I'm a leader. I'm a winner. Shoot the ball at a high level, score on all three levels, play defense. Got to work on that rebounding part. Really being a vocal leader, because when we graduated our 8 seniors at Duncanville, that leader role was like kind of thrown onto me. So I'm definitely still learning and stuff like that. Off the court, I get my work done, helpful in the community. I take a big part in the Fort Worth community, like growing up in Fort Worth. stuff like that. And I'm just real, like, parents taught me how to be respectful. I kind of interact with the crowd a whole lot. Like, say I do something very good, I'll get the crowd going. Before I graduate, the main goal is a state championship. I do want to get a bobblehead was a real important accomplishment for me. Seeing Ron Holland and Anthony Black get theirs, it's always been a big accomplishment that I've wanted to accomplish. State championship, best score in Duncanville history, and to just leave Duncanville knowing that I've won a state championship, like being a big part of it. I've already won state and 2 national championships, and I've helped a little, but I want to be a part of one where I've been the dude there. So the legacy that I want to leave, of course, I want to be the best scorer to ever come through Duncanville, one of the best scorers in Texas, in the nation. But that leader role is definitely something that I want to leave, be a part of. All the great leaders that came through Duncanville, I just really want to be a part of that, because everybody knows I can score and put the ball in the hole, but do they know that I can lead, I can do other stuff when the shot isn't falling, or say I'm in foul trouble, I'm on the bench. What can I always do things to get better, always do things to just just win. Like I said in the beginning, I'm a winner, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. So really just anything.
Switch to Cricket and get nationwide 5G, so you can post that epic ooh. If you switch, you also get a free phone, which you need. Welcome to getting more. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Inside High School Sports is brought to you by Kubota, the #1 selling compact tractor in Texas. For details, visit gokubota.com. Kubota, together we do more.
Our Ward for Sold caught up with state champion head coach Emund Prichett of Mansfield Summit in this week's Media Day segment.
Welcome to Media Day. We are talking with Mansfield Summit head coach Emund Prichett. And coach, man, there's a lot of things to say, but I want to start off by saying how wonderful was it to hoist that trophy for Summit, their first state title, and talk about the work you guys put in to get to where you ended up at.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what it's about for me. I mean, just seeing the kids, all their hard work being displayed for the state to see. And actually, I mean, I think it paid off, but I mean, just pretty much being able to say that you're the best in the state is just another level. And those kids work their butt off. Those parents are unbelievable. Our community is unbelievable. And it's a lot of people that are in our building, in our community, that actually deserve it. So I'm really excited for them as well.
And there was a revenge factor in that deal. I know it was non-district, but you still, when you only have that little losses on your L column and you have a chance to avenge one of them, that had to feel good to avenge one of them on that national stage there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just being able to say, okay, did we play our best game in the first game? And everybody had regrets on possessions that they felt like they could have played harder or they could have did something better. So basketball always comes tenfold, always comes right back to you. So here it is, another opportunity to be able to get those possessions back, because it don't always happen. And I think our kids went out there and seized the moment.
Talk about some of the players, because I was sitting there waiting for the MVP to be called out. It could have gone 2 different ways, but I know how the media does it. Whoever they check, high scorer is Ian. Okay, Ian gets it, but Ian deserved it because he put up 13 boards as well, and he was a power in the middle, and he held the dude Sargent to nothing, and before he fouled out. So talk about the way Ian played, and then talk a little bit about Theo as well.
Ian was phenomenal. I mean, just him rebounding. I feel like I hadn't seen a better rebounder at the high school level that I can remember. I mean, he really got up there and controlled the glass and guarded his man and made shots and scored at opportune times. I mean, his leadership was instrumental. Theo, I mean, he just held the show together. I mean, he just always has, talking to people, getting people where they're supposed to be, making sure people stay encouraged, and then scoring when we needed them. We couldn't win without either one of them. So, I mean, MVP, I mean, we can name multiple people who can feel like could be the MVP. I mean, somebody had to get recognized. I'm glad Ian got recognized for all his hard work that he put in. But ultimately, at the end of the day, our kids just care about hoisting the trophy as a team.
What does this do for Jags basketball in the future? And now you have a standard that's up there. You can't get any higher than that. Talk to me about what it does. That we now have an expectation we're trying to reach every year, knowing that you can do it.
Well, I mean, ultimately, the end goal is always a state championship. But at the end of the day, I mean, I tell our kids, like I told them in the locker room, this is a great moment. It's a highlight moment, but it can't be the highlight of your life. What to me, what this should represent and show you that what teamwork can do for you, what coming together and believing in something that's greater than yourself can do for you, and being able to have a community and being able to bond together and hard work and dedication, what it'll do for you. Hopefully that helps them in their jobs, in their careers, helps them in their life, helps them with their own kids. And I think that's what ultimately was about. So we'll continue to preach that message. And if state champions continue to come, I mean, we'll definitely welcome them.
Well, I hope it comes next year, because not only are you state champion, but you're also the freshest dressed guy at state. So that's two things you have to uphold for next year. I don't know when you're going to head off in the off season to wherever, Gucci, Men's Warehouse, get your next fresh outfit, because we got to see it again down in San Antonio.
Oh, for sure, man. We'll definitely. I guess when we go down there, we definitely got to put on a show. We got to look good. You look good, you play good. You play good. I mean, you feel good. And you continue to, I mean, hopefully it brings back a trophy every single time.
Well, you definitely play good, Coach. Thank you for joining me, and good luck bringing that trophy around all the Mansfield establishments. Let them know what time it is.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us, not only for today, but for the entire season. Look for us again in August as we get you warmed up for the high school football season.